every day when I pick her up. I'd be having to steel myself for pickup because I'd have to hear the accident report. This happened and that happened, and she couldn't do this and she couldn't do that. And
by fifth grade, she was just kind of lost at school. She wasn't connecting with her peers. She was being pulled out of all her classes for support.
I was always having a hard time every day there.
That entire year of sixth grade, Chloe was sad. She was removed. She didn't want to go to school.
I didn't know what to do. I had impulse issues. I got stressed out really easily.
It didn't really suit us or help us because we had different brains.
We got to a point where Audrey didn't even want to go to school. It became very challenging.
He just wasn't happy in a typical school setting, and we knew that we needed to create some kind of change for him. And we'd been working with Lise and Rosie and Maureen Kelly. He was at Gordon School then, and everybody was so supportive, trying to figure out a better environment for learning, for not only for him, but for other kids they knew were out there who would benefit from a different kind of learning situation. So one day we just said to Rosie and Lise, do you think there are other kids out there that would benefit from this kind of a school? And they both shook their heads very strongly and said, absolutely. And so that's how it all got started.
I had the opportunity to meet Otto and Mary and Andy Wallstein when they admitted Otto at the Gordon School in East Providence, and we had him in our early childhood program. We fell in love with the family immediately, and they were one of these families that basically said, we'll do whatever we can for Otto, and so you tell us what we need to do. And that's where our relationship began.
All three of those women were trying so hard to help him out and figure out how to figure a good, how to create a good learning situation for him. And after quite a while, Andy and I one day just said to them, do you think that we should start a school? Are there other kids out there like this?
And we said, yes, we did. And then it was this melding of talent, financial development, and all of the instrumental things you need to do educationally, academically, socially.
Andy and I are not educators, and we didn't know how to do it, but we said, we can help you make it happen if you guys can come up with the program to do it. And from there on, we just had so much support from all of the schools in the community, from Gordon, from Hamilton, from Wheeler, from everybody was, wanting to make it work, because they all know that all kinds of kids need all kinds of learning environments. And that was the beginning.
I think there was never a person that we met that we explained this to that didn't say, oh my gosh, this is what is needed.
after, we said to Andy, well, we and Mary, we have no idea how to do anything like this, but we are going to need it at some point. So anything we can do to help, let us know.
It was driven by love and
Absolutely.
the spark of a new idea and creativity.
And to create something.
Yeah.
To create an educational home for children like this was really that spark that I think drove all of us.
Year one, we had this great idea and wonderful support from our community, but nowhere to have school. And luckily for us, the JCC on the east side stepped up.
And we opened our doors that September with 3 students. We had 1 classroom, 1 small office space, and that was it.
Hearing from Andy and Mary about what their vision and dream was for the Wolf School was beyond, exciting. When I started at Wolf, we had 8 students, so it was the second year of the school. I had 3 students in my classroom, and my co-teacher next door, Lauren, had 5. And so there was 8 of them, and they were looking for, 2 teachers at the time who could begin the journey of the trajectory of Wolf and really start to develop the program.
It was an incredibly innovative model, and I had been in the field for a long time, and I knew that nobody was teaching students and complex learners in the way that Wolf had visioned it.
I could see the power of what we were doing in a way that, professionally I'd never really had been able to witness.
I think it became clear that Wolf was doing the right thing when we started seeing our students enjoy coming to school.
We knew that it didn't matter that we were in a building that was not a school. We knew that once the parents stepped foot in a classroom and that we had articulated what happens in the classroom, that's what they needed to hear. And then it was pretty immediate that they started seeing a less anxious child.
They noted the changes in their children. And I think that their support buoyed us to continue becoming more elaborate in our planning.
While we knew the need was out there, I think, the word was getting out more and more each year. And so I think it was really important that we, thought about how to grow it.
Every year at the Jewish Community Center, we needed another room, and they gave it to us.
Finally, our friends there said, "We love you, but we don't have any more rooms." And we quickly realized that we needed our own permanent homes. And luckily, we found the Wolf School in East Providence. My memory of that first day of school in our new building, opening the doors, it was very real and very exciting. And, this was okay. We're here to stay for this year and this decade and forever. Then we added the gym and added classrooms and gardens and playgrounds and continue to. And we knew we finally were home.
The hope was that, starting a school like the Wolf School for complex learners was going to give students a chance and to empower them to be the best that they could be at whatever that was going to be for them.
There are kids who don't fit in other schools and can't participate in classes.
To create a safe place, an emotionally safe place for students to learn, for students to fail, for students to learn from their failures, and for students to grow.
Once students get comfortable with us, they use the resources we have, they see that we're here to help, and that the whole team is built around specifically whatever they need, and they build that trust with us, then it unlocks a new human.
You'll find friends here, and they'll help you grow. You'll find teachers here who will help you grow, and then you'll change into your better self and your happier self.
I'd say Wolf is an opportunity for the ones who need that opportunity, a place where you can fit in even though you have a learning disability.
One of the main things that, being at Wolf has taught me is that, there's even if you have learning differences or, disability or anything like that, does not, it just doesn't stop you.
It gives them the confidence to be who they are. It gives them the self-assurance that they are who they are supposed to be. It gives them strategies to help in the classroom, out of the classroom. It gives them hopefully the trust and the ability to believe in schools, to trust others. It gives them friendships that they might not have had.
I don't think that 25 years ago we could realize the impact that a school like Wolf could have on these students.
From the beginning and continuing on, are changing the trajectory of our students' lives.
To see her happiness and to see her making friends and to see her continuing to love learning and to be invited to birthday parties. I mean, I know that's kind of a cliche. A lot of people have said that, but it means the world to see your child be happy.
To see their lives change to like the magnitude that they change, it's unbelievable.
It's tough to imagine my life even, without Wolf, because it's had such a profound impact.
He actually feels accepted. He feels like he can be himself in the classroom environment, and that's something we were really struggling with.
I think when you come to a school where you're surrounded by people that make you feel like an equal, it changes who you are on the inside a little bit. It allows you to feel comfortable and a little bit vulnerable, and allow you to bring out your best self.
The most meaningful part of my job is just seeing where the kids go next.
Like when I started at Wolf, I could barely say anything. And now going to the best communication school in the entire country, I mean, that's nuts, to say the least.
I and my classmates, we couldn't have had a happy childhood and growing up to have a happy life without the Wolf School and you guys.
That is the most amazing thing. They find their tribe, they're among friends, and they're valued for exactly who they are.
You've changed our lives.
In all those years, Sarah never has said to us, "What's with me? Why don't I have the life my sister has?" And I truly believe that Wolf from day one made her feel so loved and so accepted for who she was that she never felt she was different than anyone.
Audrey has found a home where he's willing to learn and grow, and puts a comfort zone underneath us, knowing that Audrey's going to make it someday.
So many other students feel the same way. You've changed just a lot, even if you don't realize that. You've done so much for this community, for this world, for this area, not just for Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, everywhere around here. You've changed the lives of so many children.
We are really empowering them to change the world, and I think that there's nothing more satisfying and gratifying than that, to know that our students are leaving Wolf making the world a better place.
I think you go through life, especially as you get older, you realize you are part of a few great things in your life, and this is one of the great things of our life, right?
Yep.
And so we feel
100%.
lucky to still be a part of it.
As much as Mary and I did in those early years to make Wolf what it is today, in the end, we've received much more back than we've given. And that's been the beautiful journey of Wolf.
Because I have this vision of 100 years from now in Providence, Rhode Island, in a wonderful school building, looking on the wall in the hall and seeing those portraits of all the graduating classes decade after decade. This is not a school for our son or for these children who sit here today. We want to build an institution, a history, a heritage that will be not only for our families, but for our community. That's a gift we want to leave to our children in the present and the future.